Hey everyone, Soundwave84 here with another Transformers review. In this review, we got the Centurion Drone accessory pack figure, Generation Selects. What I'm going to do here, I'm just going to review the accessories in this review and do the drone in his own separate review. So, it sounds like a box of Legos. Should I be worried? Is it loose in there? I haven't slit this yet, so it's going to be like an unboxing and review video for the accessories we get in this box. Woohoo! I'm gonna let you know right off the bat, this isn't blood. It's Kool-Aid. I made some for my girls. It got on my fingers. It won't come off with the soap. It just stays there, so don't think I got blood on my finger during the review. So I'm going to slit this sucker open and take a look at it. Alright, so we're going to slide this, and yeah, so I don't want you to think I slit my thumb here, you know what I'm saying? So we got this sucker open. Ooh, there's a whole box of goodies inside here. That figure can go suck it. We'll just take a look at the goodies. What'd you buy it for? The goodies. Okay, it's not taped. Alright, so open that box up. So that's why it sounds loose. It's all in a baggie. My drugs are in a baggie. Alright. Alright, that's taped though. So let's slice and dice. I shouldn't just pour. Ooh. So what did we get here? We got a cage for Ravage. Is this supposed to look like that? We got an itty bitty Optimus Prime. I think it's supposed to go with Unicron when he comes out officially. So we do have that. We have a roller for Optimus Prime's Earthrise trailer. Yeah, okay. We'll do some comparisons. They got Energon cubes, which are just hollow. Which is, I guess, kind of weird. I fear they could put a little bit more into that. We got Optimus Prime's jetpack, or I guess honestly, wouldn't that be side swipes because Prime took it from him? We got Megatron's Mace. Man, I think it's kind of huge. It looks like it'd be articulated. It's not. It's one solid piece, but I guess that's good, so it keeps it up. Because, you know, with age, things start to fall, and it's hard to get it up. So I guess this way, it's always going to be stiff, and it's not ever going to lose its, its stiffness. So I guess we got that. We got Optimus Prime's Energon Axe. They can fight up top Sherman Dam. We have Shockwave. I don't see why they couldn't paint them. We have a radar dish. There's 4 of it for like Troublebreaker when he comes out and he's supposed to be listening. We'll look into that when we get the instruction stuff out of the box as well. Drill. This is Ironhide's drill when he wants to drill into the rock for the Dinobots. I threw that gun away. Alright, got it. Bumblebee's blaster. So we got that, or pretty much just a generic Autobot blaster you see a lot. We have taped Soundwave, who is hollow on the back. At least he's painted. So people who are scale freaks when Soundwave would transform, you got this right here. And we got Reflector, which I don't know why they didn't paint him. Optimus Prime's gun, and jeez, that thing's huge. That's what she said. Really long look at that with him. And we have Megatron as well in gun mode with his silencer. Just pegs on there. And it looks like it can hold blast effects. Which it should. Nothing they produce should never hold a blast effect. Yeah, that's cool. So, got Megatron in gun mode. So let's take out the Centurion Drone. We'll look at him. Yeah, look at this piece. I didn't pick this piece of it. We have another gun here. I'm not too sure what it goes to. It goes to somebody. I know people can tell me down in the comments below. But it'll hold blast effects as well. As well Optimus Prime's blaster and Shockwave. So we'll look at more of these pieces individually. Alright, so here is the Megatron pistol mode. Now, one of my negatives on this already, they molded in a lot of little hollow gaps on a lot of these pieces, and I just don't like that. They didn't really... Why? It didn't really have to be done, in my opinion, but I guess saved money on some plastic. You know, you should never really play with yourself, but Megatron doesn't hold himself. A little tight, and I think I did see that online, so you can sand down the handle if you want to. But, I mean, it looks good. The blacks pretty much do match here, as they should. Now, the color gray on this is actually closer to Earthrise Megatron's gray color. It's a little bit darker, maybe. It could just be, yeah, it's slightly darker. Also, if you want another one to hold it, here is Soundwave wielding the gun. Like I said, it just taps in. The only thing is, if you do try to sand that down, I think this is painted black right here. So you might end up taking off some of the paint. It's not overly tight. Well, actually it is. On Soundwave it's more tight. Actually, on Megatron it wasn't as tight in his hand. But there we go. Soundwave is now holding Megatron. And just for our comparison, I have this piece here from Deep Space Arsenal. Now, the company is no longer in business. So I'm just going to let you know off there. You might be able to find these on eBay from other people who've bought it and are trying to resell it. There's always a possibility you can look online. But this is a 3D printed Megatron gun from them. I think it didn't hold blast effects. No. Because it's from right at the start of Siege and stuff. So just a quick comparison. Yeah, that is pretty tight in Soundwave there. Between a 3D printed one from them and the one you get from Hasbro, which can hold blast effects. And this one has a separate piece, if you can find that you would plug it through the hand this way. And then you, so well, you would actually get the other piece as well. So whichever way, but it is a cool little gun if you want Megatron in pistol mode. Again, you shouldn't play with yourself, but here is Shockwave, and he's going to hold Shockwave. Now, I don't know why they couldn't paint him and Reflector. They just run out of money all of a sudden. They're like, well, we painted Soundwave, but budget's hit. Just throw in the plastic pieces. I don't know why they couldn't slap some purple paint or just mold this guy in purple plastic. I don't understand that. But also, again, I do have a 3D printed piece from Deep Space Arsenal of Shockwave in gun mode with a hose and everything. A little more translucent plastic. A little more detailed. It's 3D printed. Some people don't like 3D printed stuff. But, I mean, it's there. If you can find it. Like I said, the company's out of business. I hate to be showing off their product in this review. But I have this. I just want to compare some, fan-made stuff with the official stuff. And this one could hold blast effects as well. That's why that part there is molded on. But there's this one. So if you are good at customizing, I'm sure you could paint this little bad boy up. But there is Shockwave holding himself again. Pretty cool. It just needs to be painted or just molded in purple. I don't know why they couldn't just take this color purple plastic and just mold it in that. So here is the mini reflector. Again, I don't know why they couldn't put just a little bit of paint. You wouldn't need much for a reflector because you did have gray already on him. That's why I got two, so I can customize this guy. So he just pegs into a hand. Here is Thundercracker. Let's try to redo that one episode. Alright, Reflector, let's see what you can see. And he just can't really get it to his face, so he's just going to have to, like, angle him in. Clickety click. So, that's Reflector. Alright, so here is the mini Optimus Prime. He is like a 1/4 inch tall. He is very, very small. I mean, tiny. There's no paint on him. I guess I could see why they didn't want to, paint it. I'm sure you could easily do this little thing. Oh, okay, easy may not be working. He's so tiny, it's going to be hard to not get paint somewhere else. That's probably why they didn't do it. Oh my God, I dropped him. Where'd he go? Oh crap! Break out the magnifying glass. Should be around my bedside table. For a little size comparison, this is him next to Brains that comes with Dark of the Moon Studio Series Shockwave. So that's your size. Whoa, look at this little guy. Alright, so next up is the jetpack for Optimus Prime. I don't know why they couldn't mold it in red plastic. Yes, this actually, in the cartoon was Sideswipes. He took it from him. But here, he's the one that I was actually showing flying with it. He's got a big old peg. This peg here just kind of fits in the gap right there. So this goes up and over that back piece. And now Prime can fly. Alright, so here is Prime's blaster that comes in this Centurion Drone pack. I can't find the Earthrise Optimus Prime's gun. I put it up somewhere because I've been using Matrix Workshop's gun for him. But let's compare this with what you got in Siege, just to show you this size you're dealing with. This is the new one from this accessory pack from this Generation Selects. This is the Siege Prime's gun, so it's barely over half, like 2/3 the length of this gun, if that. So this gun is majorly huge, and here's the gun I got from Matrix Workshop. It's 3D printed, and it's not that long either. It's about 2/3 the size, or just slightly over half the length of this gun here. So we're dealing with a gun that is humongous. So let's put it in Prime's hand, if it's going to fit. I don't want to. Yeah, come on, get in your hand. Jesus, dude, that thing is massive. Good lord.
That's what she said.
I mean, they could have saved some budget, you know, and shrunk that down a little bit, and then used the money they saved to that to paint Shockwave and Reflector. I mean, is this really intended for this Optimus Prime? Do I have this wrong, people? No one's answering me. It's a big gun. It's a BFG. I'll kill you. This isn't Bayverse. Alright, so next up is Ironhide's drill. No paint here. In cartoon it is pretty much like silver or gray anyway. Simple stuff. Pegs in. So it's there, you know, like a little look he had. I got it. Not much review on that piece. It's a drill. Alright, so generic Autobot gun, or what usually comes around with Bumblebee. Bumblebee's not out yet, so we'll just have Cliffjumper hold this gun. It just pegs right in his hand. So you can get a sense of how it's going to look with Bumblebee. Now I do have a gun similar to that. It's this one, which came from Matrix Workshop, so it's 3D printed. This actually came with the Ironhide pack. It's a little bit bigger because I think it was intended for Ironhide to hold. It's not that much bigger, just slightly bigger. Just to let you know that there are other options out there. Now, for the price to get all these other third-party 3D printed upgrades, you know, you can buy the Centurion Drone, get a figure plus tons of upgrades for 30 bucks, whereas buying all these little accessories don't cost you, well over that. Alright, on to Optimus Prime's Energon Axe. What you want to do is make sure his hand is closed, peg it in on the underside of his hand, and then just turn him at the wrist swivel, and now he's got his axe ready to chop things up. I put this in the Siege Prime. He can hold it. The problem there is it's extremely tight on the Siege Optimus Prime. It's a lot more loose on this Optimus Prime here, so it's easier to take in. I'll be afraid to snap this plastic, but it can go on Siege Prime as well. On to Megatron's Mace. Let's get the peg hole. We'll put it into the top on his right hand, and it just pegs right in. So now Megatron has his mace. Alright, onto this generic blaster. If you have a Wheeljack, my Wheeljack has non-F upgrades. I have the shoulder cannon, the wings, and a gun from non-F. But if you just have the retail release of Wheeljack, he comes with just the shoulder cannon. So if you buy this set here, you have a gun. I'm not sure who it's intended for. I can't recall. I'm sure, like I said, people can correct me down below. It doesn't look like it would be Wheeljack's gun, but I'm saying you can use it for anybody, and Wheeljack can wield it. So that way, you have Transformers that don't come with a handgun, a blaster. They have shoulder cannons. Now you can have a handgun for them as well. Alright, on to Soundwave and tape deck mode. We're getting the Netflix version of Soundwave. He's going to transform into a tape deck. Siege can kind of do it in a fan mode, but this right here actually has like the right, the left. It looks like they actually painted it. They took time to add some blue and black paint. I don't see why they couldn't do it with Shockwave or Reflector, but they did it here with Soundwave. I guess, I don't know. I don't even want to speak there. But he's got a hollow back, which I don't know why they couldn't see one solid piece. I'm not understanding that. But if you do have MP tracks, he came with a little mini blaster. was painted, and this one's actually, you know, full on, but that's because it came with a masterpiece. But just for a size comparison, there they are. Soundwave is a bit bigger than. I already got this radar dish. I'm pretty sure it's for Trailbreaker. When they're listening in the first 3-part mini, More Than Meets the Eye series. I don't have Trailbreaker. I do have Hoist, but he has a different top. He doesn't have the camper top. So if he has a peg hole on top of the camper, that's probably what you can peg into that. You can use it on anybody else who has any kind of peg holes as well. But it's a cool piece. Plain gray plastic for this, perfectly fine. And here we have the Energon cubes that came with it. This one has a wavy piece of plastic inside to, I guess, make it like it's being filled. Also, it has like wet little splotches. Like it's being just now filled up to be a full Energon cube. And we have this one here, and they're all very hollow. There's nothing in them. I don't know why they couldn't be consistent with what came with the Netflix Ultra Magnus and just put more of these in there. Yes, they are a lot smaller. But, I mean, consistency is key. I think the big ones are fine because that probably be more in scale with what we have. It's just, you know, I just rather have something whole that's not hollow in the back. But hey, I'm not going to complain too much about it. It's Energon cubes for Transformers. It's nice to get an accessory pack. Alright, so it also comes with a roller. You can see I got Earthrise Prime's trailer here. I do have the non-F upgrades, and I have the non-F version of roller. But first, we're going to show this roller off, just sitting into the trailer, and it can come and roll down. It does have wheels that do move, so you can roll. It rolls okay. It's gray molded plastic again, just painted purple. You can see where they didn't do too much paint, like the gray kind of shines through on the inside, but and up here. But hey, you're not really going to be looking into that. And also, it's going to do what the G1 did, where it can hold Optimus Prime's gun, but I don't think it's going to hold this one. That's that one. This is one that came with this set, and it's just so huge, and it just won't really fit in that. So what we're going to do is take the Siege Prime gun, and that will stick in there. Or if you have Matrix Workshop's gun, let's try that. No, we're not going to force that. And if you have Deep Space Arsenals, that one will work. So we're just going to stick with the Siege. This is the 35th anniversary Prime gun. And this mimics what the G1 roller would do. You could plug Optimus Prime's gun inside of there. So it is trying to mimic this G1 look on a smaller scale. Of course, we know the Earthrise trailer is on a smaller scale, so roller should be as well. And so it's G1 and this Generation Selects Earthrise version. And this is the version from non-F. So we'll take this gun out here. So this is what you get out of this Centurion pack. This is non-S, which is a lot bigger. Also, you can put 4 Titan Masters inside of here. They will sit inside, 2 face this way, 2 face that way. And this one here also rolls. It's a little tight on some of the wheels, though. You actually put this one together yourself, so it's cool. This one's a little bit bigger, and it's also bigger than the G1. This is non-S version, and this would be the version you get from Hasbro. So lastly, we have the cage for Ravage. It just got the things, but it didn't have the key that Hound could drop. You just pull it apart. Just grasp why it's got this split here. It comes apart. And you just take your Ravage figure, stick them inside there, take the other part, and just put it back together around him. And you have your caged Ravage. Really cool. Let's get to my final thoughts on the Centurion Drone and the accessories pack. Alright, so final thoughts on the Centurion Drone. He's cool. If you like Brunt, you're going to like this guy. It is nothing different, just different colors. And the colors look wonderful. I like the silver with the red. Now, on to the accessory kit. Some of the stuff is pretty cool. I like Megatron's Mace. It is humongous, though. Some things just seem to be oversized. Like it's really meant for like a leader class, like an actual huge transformer. That mace is humongous. The Energon cubes are big, but actually kind of think they scale better than with these than they do with these little bitty ones. I forgot to bring in the little mini gun that goes to Bumblebee or generic radar dish. Some things you can't really use right now, like the mini Optimus Prime. I think it's supposed to go with like Unicron kind of scale. You got this generic gun, Autobot Blaster. If you have Earthrise Prime, you get a roller. The tape deck Soundwave, which is cool. It's got the paint. Megatron pistol, which is cool. I wish the Shockwave gun, which is right there, had paint. Same with the reflector back here. Ironheart has his drill. Optimus Prime gets a big, huge gun, his battle axe, and he has his jetpack on his back as well. So it's a cool set for $30. You get a lot of stuff. I just feel like Optimus Prime's gun is just humongously oversized. I would probably, if you have the leader class like Power Master Prime or the other Optimus Prime from Power of the Primes, I think it was, it'd probably scale better with that than it does with this Optimus Prime. So it's a cool set. I just feel like shrink some of the stuff down a little bit and use that budget to paint Shockwave, paint reflector, just add some color to some of these things. And I say thanks for watching this long-winded review. It's a review of an accessory pack and the drone, which I didn't transform the drone. I will link Brunt's review in the description below, and that's the same thing. Till next one, peace out.